Blade of Reckoner. am Malenia, blade of Moriarty.
Do that right. Did not do that bit right. Got the first bit right. I think I did the second bit right. Fuck the third bit right. Let's try again. How did I manage that then? No, I'm not complaining. Hey Noah. Yeah, I'm alright, come on. I am, buddy. It's I'm off work tomorrow, so I can play a bit longer tonight. I had moved away from Malenia for a bit. Got to another bit of a fucking wall in Crumbling Fire, Missoula, but I thought Yeah, I fancy Malenia. I still fancy giving her a go tonight. So, and I'm partly inspired by the little video I watched before of the guy doing it. Fucking rune level 1. No heals, no damage, just obliterated her. So I'm a little bit inspired by that. So I thought, well, why not give it on? I am on a 3-day weekend, yeah. It's nice. So I thought I'll just get my Zen on. I'm not in any particular concern. I'm not feeling any put under pressure or anything like that with her. So just have a play and see what I can do. So see how my Zen works. Missed it. Oh, that's sneaky. That's new. I've seen that one before. How are you, Noe? Anyway, you alright? You at work at the moment, or you just you finished? Or in fact, no, you'll be finished now, won't you? Because it'll be, what time is it? About 7 o'clock. No, you're 8 hours behind. So, well, no, it might be 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock your side. In fact, what time is it here? I don't know. Like 20 past 4, something like that. Oh, I've timed that shitty there. Hey to whoever's joined. Hope you're well. Yeah, I asked the question. I've asked him how much practice he put in because I've seen a lot of his videos are rune level 1, no damage taken. And it's like, fuck me. Obviously I've got no desire to do no damage taken or anything like that, but it was just how he managed to get away from the enemy bullshit without getting any damage, and that was really impressive for me. And he did it. I was like, whoa. So that's the trick. Clearly time will be a lot of it, but be interested to see if we can do it. I had a bit of modicum of success with it before, which I was surprised. I was very surprised at how I got it, but I managed to. Don't know. They've got 3 people viewing at the moment, so I don't. Oh, 2 at the moment. So just you that I know of. I think the other person might be Albara. He usually drops in and but stays silent in the background. I think on account of the fact he's not sorted his Twitter. He's not sorted his Twitch account out properly. If it is Albara, welcome. Hope you do well, bud. And speaking of which, you're up late as well, but I think you normally are. He normally drops a comment in the Discord if it's him. Hey, Cell! How are you doing? You alright? Just lurking. You can lurk all you wish, that's fine. I'm getting better at my nemesis move anyway, which is good. Well, two of them actually. There we go. That was better. Maybe not that one. Yeah, how the guy managed to work out how to take no damage from her foul dance is beyond me, but he managed it. And so I took a little inspiration from that to see if I can do it myself, and I've got a little bit better. I'm not taking no damage, so but I'm not taking the damage I was before, which is better. Still not perfect with that. Yeah, I posted in the Discord. It was bloody amazing how he did it. Rune level 1, no damage, parry with a little bit more of a few more hits, but no, nailed it and just destroyed her. With a club as well, plus 25 club. So I took a little bit of inspiration from that, so here I am back and working on it. I've seen a lot of his videos like that, and they're just awe-inspiring. It is real pretty crazy, and I don't desire to be that good, but oh shit! Fucked that up. But what was nice to see was he's pretty much, well, I'm using pretty much the same tactics as he was, in pretty much everything. The only thing I wasn't doing right was the foul dance. I wasn't getting that right, but watching him, I see how he does it, and interesting. It's really interesting. Lily. Mess that one up. Nah. No, that's true. I don't. I mean, the guy is good, but I have my own challenge, but I'm not going to be. No, this, like I say, it's absolute dedication to doing that. Because I see he's done it in Sekiro. He's done it across the board, really. He's done a great. I think, if I remember correctly, seeing he's done a fist only run as well. And shouldn't have done that, but never mind. Could very well be, you know. Yeah. And fair play to him, he deserves it. He deserves it for that effort alone. So I'm not going to do this one. Oh, I am, shit. Right. 1, 2. Get away with it. Missed it. Missed that one like a sitter. Yeah, absolutely. Right on for our best attempt yet. That was alright until she decided to do that foul last minute. Bitch. I might have got to phase 2 then. But that was, without a shadow of a doubt, the best attempt so far. So, keep it up. It's not getting done tonight, I'll be too tired, but still, I'm taking a piece of your advice here. I'm just sitting here quite zen-like, not really stressed about it or trying hard, or I'm just chill. Oh fuck, climbing, yeah, absolutely. Yep. But the reactions are better and everything else. There's a whole shebang about it, but you know what? That's cool. I'm glad for them. Yeah, missed that one. So you're still climbing, Cell? Or are you stopped? Or are you back into it, or? Because I've not got myself back into it yet. I started at the beginning of the year. In fact, I might give you a chance to respond. Silly. You stopped during COVID. Okay. Yeah. Well, I do all. I do mainly indoor wall because the weather's usually shit here. But when I kind of get out, but I haven't been back this year. My intent was to, because of COVID, like a lot of people, just put on weight and kind of got out the habit of having that. Climbing gyms are kind of gross without pandemics. You're right. So I put on some weight, but I thought this year, what I need to do is to drop it. So I've been running pretty much every day, every work day through this year, and I've dropped quite a lot of weight. So I've still got a little bit to go, but I will be back to the gym to start on the strengthening then. Won't be as, the technique, thankfully I went to the start of the year and the technique hasn't gone, it's just the strength in the arms. Oh, I'm pissing about. Come on, just kill me. Just do it. That's the thing I think you'll find you've lost the most cell is the strength in your fingers and your forearms. I bet one time you could crush an apple in your hand, couldn't you? Whereas now, you'd be like, I struggle with the grape. So that's what I need to get back. That's what I want to get back to. But I've got buddies who still climb and still keep inviting me out, but I always find a reason not to at the moment. Yep. How tall are you, Sel, if you don't mind me asking? Because I had a good climbing friend, and she was. I'm about 6 foot, so about 183 centimeters, something like that. 168. Oh, so not too small. So that's probably what, about 5. That's probably about 5'9". Oh, you're quite a tall lady, then, aren't you? It's probably about 5'9". That, maybe a bit less. 168. No, probably about 5'5", 5'6". So yeah, you've 5'7". Okay, there we go. So yeah, you've not got you'll have the reach, but I do recall watching. So me and this girl I used to climb with, she was a bit. She's probably about 5'5", 5'4", I think. And I loved the way she had to climb differently than me, because I'm a bit of a lanky git. She just didn't have the reach I do. Ah! 3 in a row, I didn't get it. And so she had to climb completely differently. And like you say, it's all about technique, isn't it? About using the technique rather than strength and forearms. And I love how watching different people climb the same route and how they approach it. But no, I do miss it, and I do want to get back to it. But I'm in two minds at the moment, because yes, the running's doing well and the weight's dropping, which is good. You climb buddy 6'5", shit. That is a difference. That is it. So yeah, you two will be like chalk and cheese when climbing. I say he'll be able to go up a route and maybe use 5 or 6 different holds to get to the top. You'll be using like 10 to 15 different kind of points to get to the top. But I love seeing that. I love watching different people of different sizes tackle things differently. All things like your strength, your arm strength, which is your preferred arm. Your arm and leg coordination, how that changes. I love seeing all those little variances that just cause someone to how they climb differently. So was that trad you were doing, Cell, or was it sport, or mixture of both? Oh, excuse me. Oh mate, climbing's amazing. It's such a full body workout. That just killed me. You know what, I'm just gonna stop a second while I you know what, it is great fun. That's alright, well, you know what, sport's got its own little nuances anyway. I find sport climbing itself, oh, it's great. There's nothing better for me, Noah, than walking up to a crag with my full rack of gear on, jingling like Santa Claus, getting me giddy on, ready to go, on a route. But I find that, I don't know if you find this out, but I find sport climbing tends to be a bit harder for the grade, and I think that's partly because you don't have to be as focused as placing your gear. With trad, I find, wow, that'd be nice to see. With trad, I find there tends to be safer spots to then obviously give you the opportunity to place gear, ready to move on. Whereas with sport climbing, there's less opportunity for that. It's like, right, find a nice layback or a quick rest point, clip in. I'll throw your quick draw on, throw your rope in, and then move on. It's a more pumpy. I find sport climbing more pumpy from that point of view. It's good fun though, because as I say, it is easy. It's just up and down so quick. Wow. Is that Devil's Tower, Wyoming? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Nice. That's quite a that's quite a holy shit. That's some was that crack climbing then? Looks like it's a lot of crack climbing. Shit. And did you lead that or were you second? Holy shit. You know, you're definitely no lightweight, aren't you? Christ, on a bike. Yeah. As is always the case, but yeah, that's really impressive. So what grade do you think you were climbing at then? At your peak? I'll get my old little climbing comparator out so I can kind of convert it into what I know. Where's the, come on, where is it? Grade conversions. I think it was 5859. Okay, let's have a look. 585. Oh, okay, that's a HVS. Okay. You know, you probably You know what? I was probably climbing. At my peak, I was probably climbing about the same grade. Possibly touch. I'd touch on probably a 510A. That's probably the most I've done. But that was like right at the pinnacle of when I was climbing at the best. But no, normally about 5.7, 5.8 kind of person. Although at the moment it's like a 3. Yeah. No, that's some good. That's some tough climbing. That is. Not for the faint-hearted either. So is that a you and Dave thing? Is it, or is it just a you thing? Oh, you know what? They know the truth about leading. I started climbing. Let me think about this. I probably started climbing probably about 15 years ago, and I did it for a period. I had a good partner. Did it for a period, and we're all. That was before Dave. That was we used to go out. He's scared of heights. Wow. Okay, that's well, it's all right. That's cool. We used to go out and we used to do soft routes, but not much leading. We used to go indoors and do outdoors as well, but not much leading. And leading terrified me. I used to get proper disco leg, the heart palpitations, the pumps in the arm. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. You go, oh yeah, and you just flake out, and you just don't. Your head. I was at a point where I remember leading one indoors, and my head was throbbing. I mean, it was absolutely pounding from the pressure. So then I stopped climbing for a long time, probably about 10 years, picked up about maybe 6-7 years ago, and I felt ready to do it again. but this time I felt mentally far more capable of leading. And since then, I went on to do kind of, I lead almost all the time now. Obviously with new routes and things, it's always fun, but I don't have an issue with leading now. And again, it was just for me, that difference in age, probably 10 years, perhaps difference in age, made such a difference to my mental state. And I didn't really, and it wasn't like I didn't care anymore or anything like. It wasn't like I was fancy free or less pressured or anything like. Because obviously, when I restarted, I had a family and everything else, so the pressure, if anything, was more. I think. Wow. Oh shit! Yeah. Of course. So you've got. If your gear holds, yeah, that's the main thing. And what did you do? Did you break off? Did you break off the climbing, or did you get straight back on? After you changed your pants. Yeah, that's some 20 foot. That's a whipper. That's some. Thankfully, I've not taken a peel like that. I've only felt really badly indoors. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that can knock the nerves a little bit, but glad you got back on anyway. I'm talking and doing. I can't do two things effectively at once. No, I'm not taking a proper peel off the wall yet. Only indoors, because I don't know about yourself, but I think no. Hey, look, I'm just pissing around here. It's fine. I'm enjoying the conversation, so it's far more invigorating than getting my ass kicked by Malenia once more. So don't worry about that. But no, climbing indoors, I find I climb a bit harder because I think mentally I think it's a bit safer. I know technically it's not, but it also is. So I take bigger risks indoors, and as a result, you kind of peel off a bit more. But yeah, I fell nowhere near as far as you have. I think probably worse is probably a 10-footer, if that. And that was a moment. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, often there's a club I joined, a climbing club. So, and obviously you go through a few basics with people to kind of show your competence in being a belayer and obviously climbing and all the lingo and stuff. But there's like a whole pool of people who go out. So there's never. I mean, you go out in twos and ones and twos, but typically it's just. But yeah, there's nothing worse than having a flaky belayer. So, no, what normally happens is, obviously you're tied into one end of the rope, and as you're climbing up, either you're putting in protection into the rock or you're clipping in protection as you go up. And what can happen is, as you climb up as a lead, as you climb up, you're putting the protection or clipping into the protection. And what can happen is you climb above your last piece of protection. And what happens then is you might be climbing above your so you might put a piece of protection in, say 5 meters for argument's sake, and your next one is at 7 meters because you can see it. So you've got 2 meters of distance you've got to cover. And what you'll do is you'll climb up to the second one. You can't 2 meters and then clip in. But if that's a tough area, or what we call the crux of a route, the hardest part, there's a chance that you're going to come off. And what then happens is you don't just fall 2 meters, you fall double, so you fall the distance between you and your last protection. And providing that holds, so if you're 2 meters above it, you're falling 4 meters. In Sel's case, she was probably 10 foot above it. She took a 20 foot whipper, And obviously the protection you have, that can vary depending on the route. Some routes, it's every 5 centimeters or something shit like that, so you've got no chance of falling off. You've got more chance of running out of gear than you have falling off. Other routes, there's not so much place for protection, so they kind of space out more, and so you've got to kind of trust in your capability to do it. Fear's your biggest cause of falling, I think, because you freak out, you start hyperventilating a bit more. As a result, you tend to tense up your arms and hold on tighter, so therefore the lactic acid builds up in your arms, so your arms get pumped quicker, and before you know it, you can't grip anything. Next thing you're just peeling off. I'll take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, and obviously now we're saying 20 feet there, so obviously you climb 10 foot above your gear, you fall, you take 10 feet. That's provided you've got a spot on Belayer who catches you as well. So what they do, they at the bottom, they will then break the rope, not physically, but they'll apply a brake to the ropes to stop you descending. And if they're paying attention, then you're probably only going to get probably 1 or 2 foot of extra slippage from that person. Then obviously the rope extends, it's elasticated, so it will stretch a bit further. So yeah, it can lead to quite a chunk. Now in Cell's case, and thankfully it was far enough above the floor that she doesn't deck out, she doesn't hit the floor. But yeah, people can and do. If protection fails, then obviously if your first protection fails and you then that whips out the wall, you carry on falling until the next one, until something holds, and hopefully it's enough of a distance between you and the rope. Well, yeah, absolutely, but be like paying attention. Oh, I fucking hate that. You've then got you and the rope, and obviously your distance that you fall could become exponential if your gear fails, but predominantly that's why it's you literally take your life in your own hands when you're placing gear, and you make sure as much as you can be confident that it's bomb proof, and it's not going to come out the wall. What we're talking about there as well is sport climbing. Now sport climbing is slightly different. Sport climbing, you have your route, but what's placed in the route is they drill eye holes into the wall, like metal plates which stick out with a big metal eye, like a hole, and they're placed. And what you do is as you climb up to them, you're just placing a quick draw, which is 2 carabiners and a kind of piece of fabric between them. You're placing that into the eye hole, and then you clip into your quick draw. So from a climbing perspective, it's quicker and easier, and in some cases safer, because what you're relying on is the eye hole and the bolt that's been put into the rock to support you. Now, typically they're pretty solid, but obviously over time, rust, rain, and things can damage them. But you've got to kind of take a view when you get up to it. Whereas with trad or traditional, you're placing the gear specifically at points as you climb up. So I'll take maybe a rock or a nut, and you'll place it in a crevice, and you put your quick draw onto that, and then you clip your rope into that as well. It sounds really complex, and it isn't. A lot of it's common sense. And placing things, it's about using the right gear to place things. I suppose when you're doing that Devil's Tower, you're using when you're doing that Devil's Tower, presumably you're using a lot of cams to kind of for your protection, or is it a bolted route? Ah, right, okay. Yep, cams are... Don't use many myself. I don't have any many because they're so expensive, but really useful. Fuck me. No, nothing taken. Wow. I died to that. I got through the foul and just get fucking nailed by a sword swipe. Bastard. Well. You know, no, I don't think that's not. I don't think it's always true. I think in an ideal situation, you'd like to think so. You'd like to think that you've got your legs spaced fairly apart. You've got the rope between your legs, so that it's going to pull onto your harness, and you kind of got your hands are free, so you kind of wait for the rope to catch, and obviously you land firmly with your neck, or you land against the wall with both feet, and then using obviously your knees to kind of absorb the pressure. I'd love to say that's the ideal way of falling. Absolutely you can, yeah, absolutely you can overestimate. But sometimes also, depending on how the route's taken you, it can do weird things with the rope. So the worst thing you can do, and it's quite a dangerous thing, is to have the rope behind you. In one way, you might have to step over it or something like that, because what can happen is as you fall, as the rope comes taut, it flips you over and can almost invert you. So you end up coming down headfirst, which I've not seen. Thankfully, I've not seen personally yet. I've not seen personally, but I've seen videos of whippers where people come down headfirst, and that's a dangerous fucking place. And one of the predominant reasons why I and the buddies that climb around me always wear helmets when we climb. It is rare to climb straight. You normally zigzagging, and I think you're right. So I think gym people would normally tell you, would spot it. But yeah, there's some routes are rarely straight up. There can be a lot of meandering, can be a lot of zigzagging, some are almost traversing. But therein lies the fun and the intrigue of trying these routes. Depends on whether you're using one rope or two. There are so many different Nope, not doing that time. Too close when she started off. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but it's not heavy from. It's not heavy from a point of view of weight, is it? It's heavy through drag. Because if you've got, let's say, a 20-meter wall. Now that's a cell. This is probably minuscule stuff because you've got big fucking boulders in places. Your boulders bigger than 20 meters where you live, but you've got a 20-meter wall. You probably put in gear maybe every meter, so every 2 meters. Once you get to the top, you're dragging your rope through all that gear, and if each one's adding a little bit of drag to it, that rope can be quite weighty because in order to clip into the rope, you've got to pull it up. So there's 2 ways of doing it. One is the simplest way, the most effective way, is to climb up, so that the gear you're clipping into is effectively waist height. So because the rope's tied to your harness, you're pulling that rope up with your harness. But if you're pumped and you need to get to the next clip and you need to kind of find a place to rest up, sometimes you're tempted to pull the rope up loose in your hand. So you pull it up from the ground in your hand and hold it in your hand, and then reach above you to clip in. But what that can do, that can add another 3 or 4 feet of loose rope that's not protected. So if you peel off at that point, that what you've pulled up is also going to add to your fall potential. And it's the risk and reward point of view. Yeah, thank you. That's a fair. Thanks for the explanation, Sal. Yeah. I forget. There's sometimes I use terms that just most non-climbers might not understand. And disco leg is where your leg starts jittering like uncontrollably, like a sewing machine. Normally it's the leg it's the leg that's kind of on a little edge in the rock, maybe about a centimeter or 2 wide. Elvis leg, yes. You've got your strong foot on a bit of an edge, maybe 1 centimeter if you're lucky, if that, and the other one's kind of just holding on to something. And all of a sudden you just get this Elvis leg, and your leg just starts tapping away like, I really don't need that. And next minute you can be peeling off as a result. But I suppose the thing I love about climbing the most is it's quite a selfish sport. You, apart from the belayer, it is you versus that rock. No one's going to be able to get you up it. You've got to do it yourself, and so as a result, you kind of have to work that problem out yourself. Especially if it's like a multi-pitch climb. Multi-pitch means where you've got certain rest points up a high route that allow you to kind of rest, as well as the best word for it, because often ropes aren't long enough to go up. Not only from practicality point of view, but they just aren't. Yeah, that's it. Dead. Because ropes typically, I think the longest ropes you can buy typically about 70 meters, but they're quite heavy because it's a low rope. So most people have like a 30, 40, maybe 50 meter rope, and if the route's 200 meters, well, you've got to go up in 5, maybe 6 stages, and we call that. Yeah, they are beefy, but I imagine the climbs are going to be beefy as well. But we call those pitches. So a route that's 200 meters might have 5 or 6 pitches up it. So you've got your chance to so the lead goes up. He gets to a point, secures himself, brings the second up, who brings all the gear up with him, and then sometimes the second, almost like a leapfrog, goes up the next pitch, which may be 20 or 30 meters, and then you kind of keep leapfrogging each other, all with the same rope as well at the same time. It's really interesting, quite complex. Oh, okay, 3 pitches. That's a nice. That sounds like looked like a good climb anyway. I'd love to get myself down to Yosemite at some point, but I don't think it'd ever be good. I don't think it'd ever be strong enough for climbing that. That time didn't run far away enough. So what's your plan, Sal? Are you looking to get back into it, or are you just is it kind of, you think it's passing you by a little bit at the moment? Okay, I'll bear it in mind. Yeah, no, thanks, man. I will. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sticking in. Take it easy, man. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, it's night time for me. You're gonna scuff me now, aren't you? Shit. Yeah. Balls. Just take a look at this whipper. Oh, rock and ice. You fit. I love watching the whippers on. That's where I see a lot of the weekend whippers. It's a great sight, that. So I'm just watching this little video he posted. It's quite a crimpy climb, that one. Shit, it is a crimpy little fucker, that. No, I don't think that wasn't fake. That was a shit. Mountain biking is your jam nowadays. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to do. I did like bouldering, and I used to do both, but there just isn't. Well, I used to have a bouldering gym near me, but it's closed down. I mean, there's two others, but they're quite far away, and I just feel like I don't really want to go that far just to go bouldering, because I mean, you're there for an hour and a half, and then I'm pumped. Yeah, it is. Bouldering is. Yeah, I think you're right. It is. It's less moves, but it's quite. I mean, to be fair, not where I live. There's not much. I mean, there's quite a few good climbing areas within about an hour of. So outdoor climbing areas within about an hour of where I am. So I'm quite lucky in that respect. Then I've got quite a few gyms, but again, I've got one local gym. There's a couple that are kind of within 20 miles, but it's just the time. But no, I do like bouldering as well. I do like the intricacy of it. So Dave's more his mountain biker, is he? Oh, excuse me. So did he get you into that, or were you kind of half into it yourself already? Oh, you got him into it, nice. Oh, that's cool. It's nice you do something together. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's definitely my side. I'm kind of the adrenaline junkie. I tried to get my son and daughter doing it as well, but they just didn't gel with it. My daughter doesn't like the heights. My son enjoyed it, but just got distracted too much by other things. Shit, that was again no health. Amazing. I don't know. Fuck it. It's clearly just. More fancy art than it is actual damaging, because there's some elements of it there that just don't seem to hit you at all. It's really weird, but I'm not going to knock it at all. And I get hit by shit like that. Oh well, I'm not going to argue. No, he didn't. I found that guy. I was watching that video on the guy, and what he does is he runs away from her. It's alright. I'm getting better because I can see him. The waterfall. He runs away from her. Does a roll at the end just so it doesn't get clipped by her. Then then he waits. Then he just rolls into her, and then for a third bout he just walks off. It's weird, and I've just done it. It's weird, but you feel like you need to roll the third phase, but you don't. You just walk it, because she just kind of just spaffs off in it somewhere else. That's the one that bugs me though. I can get it sometimes, and I'm getting better. So, whereas I was at 10%, I'm probably more at like 30% now. So I need to get a bit better at that one. Yeah, God only knows how much time and effort that guy put into it, but fair play to him, he did it, and he did a great job of doing it. Whoa, excuse me. Sucks to get caught by that one. Oh, you dick. Timed that wrong. Distance on that, the bitch. Right, about 10 more minutes. I'm going to call it for now. Yep, the reach is true. The reach is real. I'm going to give it 10 more minutes and call it because I'm tired. I'm getting tired now. But I feel like I've achieved again something tonight, which is good. And it's always been nice to chat about other shit as well. Didn't work that time. I think there's a distance thing. I think there's a max distance you've got to be. Any further, and I think it won't work. You need to be just outside of range when she does the first one, for it to give you the best opportunity. I think. Just understanding where that range is. Yeah, I was. You're right. I was too far then. Yeah, she did. What you got to try and rely on is your roll to kind of get you through that second bubble. You avoid the first one, roll into the second, and then just walk out the third. There we go again. Let's try again. So, there we go. Nearly, not quite. I think I was just a bit too close that time. Oh shit. She was not fucking letting me go then, was she? She was not letting me go. Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Not quite flawless, but I'll take it. And fuck that. I didn't run that time. Didn't even run that time. Yeah, it is. It's the first one. You kind of know it's coming. The second time she does it, you don't really know. It's about getting as much distance as you can. And I thought I thought I had enough distance and roll out of it, but no, she had other ideas. Whoa! Clearly didn't roll into that. Yeah, there's very little margin for error here. I think I've peaked tonight, so I'll just be happy with the practice for now. Ah, fucking hell. Two out of 3 ain't bad. Are you done? That's where we get going. So run. Roll. Oh, piss. Ah, stop pressing forward. Fucking bitch. I wasn't punishing her enough. I wonder if you do actually cause her enough damage, she doesn't, or she avoids doing it. If you just leave her alone, she ends up doing it for you. Right, last attempt. Then I'm going to bed. Talk me that. That's. There you go, self challenge for you. The question is, could you have enough? Could you have enough arrows though? Because you can only have 99 arrows of each type held on you. So you'd have to. I suppose you'd have to be good at switching your arrows out as well, because there's 198 arrows, and then you'd have to, if that's not enough, you'd have to then switch out for some more. I mean, it's possible. Is that my last go? Right, this one's last go. Oh, I'm missing everything there. Right, that's my cue to dive off. So, thank you for joining again. It's been lovely talking to you, just about anything and anything. Anything and everything. So, you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and yeah, absolutely, always good to chat. You enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and hopefully the Friday will be a pleasant day for you, so the weekend comes quicker. So, take care, my dear. Right, speak soon.